Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Correct.
आप लोगों को स्क्रीन शेयर हो रही है हमारी स्लाइड्स?
जी
हो रही है।
Okay, we will start with the topic of the vertebral column. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. And I'll go hurriedly because I've got just half an hour. I hope I'm going to tell you all the important points which are relevant to your examination. The vertebral column, all of you know, is composed of vertebrae or small pieces of the bone, which and it extends from the cranium to the apex of the coccyx, and it comprises of 33 vertebrae. 7 cervical, 12 thoracic, 5 lumbar, 5 sacral, and 4 coccygeal. All of you know that, but there are some students who get confused regarding cervical. There are 8 cervical segments of spinal nerves, but there are 7 vertebrae. So the 8th cervical segment of spinal nerve comes out of the spinal cord below the 7th cervical transverse process. So this point is sometimes asked in your MCQs. There are intervening intervertebral discs and obviously so many joints in this in between these small pieces of vertebrae, and these joints make the make the vertebral column very flexible and mobile. We'll discuss briefly how it happens. Now, we'll first discuss about the typical vertebra. The parts of the vertebra are that it has got a body, a pedicle, laminae, and processes. The processes are transverse process and the articular processes and the spinous process. You can see in this diagram, this is the body, and this whole portion is called the part which is arising from the body and connecting the body with the rest of the vertebral arch, and these processes
voice issue. Ma'am, voice is completely distorted.
join together to form. Okay, I'll call someone.
ठीक हो गई थी.
Beta, do you want to bear with it or shall I call someone?
मैम
Yes.
अभी तो ठीक है.
Ma'am, please call someone. Call someone. It is problematic.
Beta, इधर आइए जरा.
Rafia, we are calling the regional center. Regional center Lahore, please take care. आप लोगों ने काफी हमें परेशान किया है. लाहौर
जी, लाहौर सेंटर पे बड़ा वाकई मसला हुआ है.
हाँ,
Anyway, अब बच्चों आ रही है आपको
आवाज तो आ रही है. हाँ,
बस मेरी जी, आपकी भी मुझे
जी मैम
आ रही है तो जाहिर है मुझे भी you have to bear with it till someone arrive.
स्टार्ट ले वरना फिर आपके पास टाइम भी नहीं रहेगा. Whatever is. Lahore regional center, please. Calling this regional center.
वाईफाई से करना चाहिए.
कनेक्टेड है ना हमारे पास?
हमने लाहौर रीजनल सेंटर को कंप्लेन की है. दे आर कमिंग टू चेक. तो सुहेल को नीचे भी बात करो. क्या बोल रहे हैं? Only half an hour उसमें they are not ready. जी डॉक्टर राफिया कोई आया असिस्ट करने को? डॉक्टर राफिया, is somebody there?
Hello, can you hear me?
यस मैम, अब आपकी आवाज आ रही है।
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
ये क्यों नहीं अब मूव कर रहा है? चलो ठीक है। So we were here talking about the parts of a typical vertebra. This is the vertebral body, and this whole posterior segment is called neural arch or vertebral arch, composed of two pedicles and two laminae. And there are processes, two transverse processes and articular processes directed superiorly as well as inferiorly for articulation with the other vertebrae or adjacent vertebrae. And this is the midline spinous process. So talking about these things, these various parts of the vertebra, there are special characteristics of each vertebra, which is mainly responsible for identification of the vertebra, and they are because of the different functions of that specific part of the spinal cord and or vertebral column. Because of the articulation or difference in the articular processes of the vertebrae, there are specific curvatures of the spine. When a child is born, it has got just primary curvatures, and primary curves are because of they are formed during fetal life. And these are the thoracic and sacral curves. And the secondary curves then develop as a result of erect posture. And these are cervical and lumbar curves. These curves are fully developed by the age 10. And in the old age, these curves may be progressively lost, because of which the movements of the spine get limited, as well as the posture. There are changes in the posture as well, and various pains in various regions of the vertebral column, they also develop. So this is the primary curve, in which there is the whole vertebral column is convex backwards or concave forwards, and gradually the lumbar curve develops, and then the cervical curve develops. So in an adult, the cervical curve is convex forwards, so is the lumbar curve, whereas the thoracic and sacral curves, they are convex backwards. These are again the repetition of the same thing. There are 4 curves, out of which 2 are primary curves and 2 are secondary curves. In MCQs, you get these terms as well: C-shaped curve or S-shaped curve. So the adult spinal curvatures make it S-shaped, and the newborn spinal curvatures make it C-shaped. Again, the same thing explained, and you get many questions regarding it. Now, we will just briefly discuss the salient features of various vertebral regions or various regions of the vertebral column constituted of these vertebrae. The C3 to C6 vertebrae, they are called typical cervical vertebrae. And the features of the typical cervical vertebrae is that its body is somewhat quadrangular or somewhat rectangular. The transverse axis is more in comparison to the anteroposterior axis. So it is sort of rectangular and flat. The superior articular facets, they are flat and they face posteriorly, postero-superiorly. The inferior articular facets, they face antero-superiorly. ये terms confusing सी लगती हैं एकदम से, आप इसको simply articular facets को याद रखने की जरूरत नहीं है. You should just note that they are reciprocally curved to accommodate the adjacent vertebra. Spinous process, this is an important point. Spinous process is bifid, and this is a special characteristic of cervical vertebrae. Just the C7 vertebrae, which is this, which starts resembling the thoracic vertebra, it doesn't have a bifid spine. Rest of the cervical vertebrae, they have a bifid spine. So it becomes a very prominent feature. The vertebral canal, the shape of the vertebral canal also changes as the thickness of the spinal cord, which is present within it, it also changes. So it is large because the upper segments of the spinal cord are quite thick. So it is large and triangular. Thoracic region में ये फिर rounded हो जाएगी और small हो जाएगी, then it again becomes slightly larger and triangular in the lumbar region. इसकी रीजन भी एक रीजन ये भी है कि lumbar region में फिर से spinal cord की thickness increase होती है because of origin of the lumbar plexus from there. The transverse processes in the cervical vertebra, they also have special characteristics because they transmit the branches of the vertebra, they transmit the vertebral artery through this foramen. And because a foramen is supposed to be formed in these transverse processes, so there is anterior and posterior tubercles. So though two tubercles are formed on the transverse process, and within these, the area between them is the foramen transversarium, which transmits the vertebral artery. The costal element is not present and it is fused because there are no ribs in the cervical region. So they are fused with the transverse process itself. The vertebral arch is small and the pedicles are thin, as you can see over here. The pedicles are very thin, but the lamina are very long and flat, but thin at the same time. Now, the atypical cervical vertebrae, the atlas has got no vertebral body and and the important thing is the spinous process. There is no spinous process, no vertebral body. There are two masses, articulating masses on either side, and there is an anterior arch and a posterior arch. The transverse processes are there and the foramen transversarium is there. So I will hurriedly go to the next vertebra. This is the axis. I think you are all familiar with it. It has got a process which is dense, and it is said that dense is the fused part of the first vertebral body. C1 के अंदर, atlas के अंदर जो body नहीं है, वो dense की form में fuse हो गई है with the body of the second cervical vertebra. ये भी question MCQs में आ जाता है. Then there is again a foramen transversarium, but the transverse processes are very thin, and there are no two tubercles की बजाय mostly one tubercle ही रह जाता है in the form of transverse process. And the body, this vertebral canal is large and triangular, like the rest of the typical cervical vertebrae. Again, the transverse processes are fused with the costal element. The vertebral arch is thick in comparison to the rest of the vertebrae, as you can see over here, and the spine is again bifid. एक्सिस और एटलस से रिलेटेड ये क्वेश्चन बहुत ज्यादा पूछा जाता है कि हैंगिंग में फ्रैक्चर कहाँ पे होता है. तो हैंगिंग में फ्रैक्चर इज थ्रू द वर्टिब्रल कैनाल और थ्रू द न्यूरल आर्च. ये बॉडी है और ये सारा न्यूरल आर्च है. तो एट द जंक्शन ऑफ द पेडिकल एंड द लेमिनी, दिस पार्ट, और थ्रू द पेडिकल देयर इज फ्रैक्चर of this atlas vertebra, and plus in some cases there is dislocation of the dens, or the apical ligament of the dens gets torn. So this is the main reason, or the main fracture. This fracture is also called hangman fracture. Now the C7, it's also an atypical cervical vertebra. The atypical cervical vertebrae हो गए C1, C2 and C7. C7 इसलिए atypical हो गया because it has a long spinous process and it starts resembling the thoracic vertebrae. और इसकी जो वर्टिब्रल कैनाल है ये relatively small और rounded की तरफ होनी शुरू हो जाएगी. Still it is triangular, but it is going towards the rounded side, and the spine is not bifid, and it is very long spine. It longest of all the vertebrae. T1 का या long होता है या C7 का, और so it is very prominent, and it is also called vertebrae prominence because of this spinous process. So these are the differences between the typical cervical and the C7. You can see that the length of the spine as well as the thickness of the spine, and it is not bifid. It makes the main difference. The body rectangular से थोड़ी थोड़ी oval होनी शुरू हो गई है. Vertebral foramina, they are narrow as compared to the typical vertebra. Anterior posterior tubercles नहीं हैं C7 में. So these are the main differences. The lamina has also become thickened in comparison to typical cervical vertebra. And now the thoracic vertebrae. Thoracic में T2 से T9 तक typical होते हैं. T1 obviously it is transforming towards the thoracic elements, so it resembles the cervical vertebrae a little bit. इसमें जो main features हैं वो because of articulation with the rib. There are articular processes on its transverse process as well as on the side of the body. On the side of the body, there is a superior articular facet and inferior facet for articulation with the rib. So it is called costal facets, and these are demi-facets. They are not complete facets, except for in the atypical vertebrae. Atypical vertebrae में complete facet होंगे. T1 में जैसे complete facet होगा क्योंकि first rib ने एक ही vertebra के साथ articulate करना है, और बाकी में ये है कि adjacent articular facets, they provide a socket for the head of the rib, and the transverse process provides socket for the tubercle of the rib. So there are two sites of joint formation, two main joints, one with the tubercle of the rib, tubercle and transverse process, and the other one is the articular demi-facets on the two adjacent vertebrae articulating with the tubercle on the head of the rib. This is T1, और इसमें देखिए कि the main difference is that there is one articular facet for articulation with the head of the rib, and the demi facet for the next vertebra is there, but the superior articular facet, which is mainly articulating with the first rib, it is complete. It is not a demi facet. Lower one is demi facet, but the upper one is complete. And its spine is quite large, and it's almost as long as the C7 vertebrae. So vertebrae prominence जो है इसलिए C7 को कहते हैं because if you trace from the upper side and go downwards, so the first spine which is prominent is that of C7, but sometimes the T1 spine is more prominent than the C7. Its vertebral canal now of the thoracic vertebrae is rounded and smaller than the cervical. So it starts, the change starts happening. Now in the T10, 11, 12, these are also atypical cervical vertebrae, and you can see the main change is again that of the articulation with the rib, because the 11th and 12th ribs, they don't have the tubercles. So obviously they won't be articulating with the transverse process. So there is no articular facet on the transverse process of the 11th and 12th transverse process. But the main head is articulating just with one vertebra. So there are no demi-facets on the side of the body, rather there are complete facets. And if you see the position of the facet, that will tell you which vertebra is it. For it, you have to compare the three vertebrae with each other. अगर सिर्फ एक आपके पास होगा तो मुश्किल होगा बताना. Now, the 10th vertebra sometimes has a tubercle on its transverse process. And sometimes it doesn't have a tubercle. So this is a plus minus thing regarding the tubercle on the transverse process regarding 10th vertebra, but it's an articular facet for articulation with the head of the rib is complete and close to the upper border, whereas as you go downwards, the articular process is slightly shifted towards the lower side, and the 12th rib, you can see that the whole side of the body, or the pedicel, that is occupying a large 12th articular facet. So the position of the articular facet and the size of the articular facets tell you whether it's 10th, 11th or 12th vertebra. Rest of the features, they are almost the same. But one thing that the 12th thoracic vertebra, if you compare the spinous process and the thickness of the body, this is thickness of spinous process and thickness of the vertebral body, it is gradually increasing if you compare these, because it is going to resemble the lumbar vertebrae now. And the lumbar vertebrae, L1 to L4 are typical lumbar vertebrae. They have got very large and thick body, and the body is again transverse in its direction, and transversely flattened or thicker, and the lamina, the pedicle is very short, lamina is very thick, and there are the direction of the articular facets is different, and the superior articular facets, they also bear a small process which is called mammillary process for articulation with specific ligaments. So the body is wide and is heart-shaped or triangular, sometimes it's called. The superior and inferior articular facets, I have told you. The spinous process is long and pointed but thick at the same time. The root is very thick. The vertebral canal is triangular, and the transverse processes are cylinder. Gradually, these transverse processes will thicken as you go downwards, and the costal element, it is fused with the transverse process. So sometimes there is an accessory tubercle like this on the transverse process, but there are no tubercles as you saw in the cervical vertebrae, and no articular facet as you saw in the thoracic vertebrae. This is a comparison. This is the typical lumbar vertebra. The same things which I have just discussed, so I won't waste time further. The L5 is the body is the atypical because it has started to resemble the sacral vertebrae. Plus, it is the site where the angle of the curvature of the spine is going to change. So the curvature of the lumbar spine is convex forwards. Now it is merging towards the sacrum, which has got a concave forwards angle. So the main change in the angle is going to take place at the lumbosacral angle. So this lumbosacral angle is actually the site of bearing many strains which may be caused because of changes in the curvature of the spine. तो इसलिए यहाँ पे ligaments पे भी strain आने का chance काफी होता है, and there is a change in the shape of the body. वो आपने अगर curve को change करना है तो anterior portion of the body will be deeper, and so that the posterior part of the body will be flattened ताकि वो नीचे से curve कर सके in the opposite direction, the sacrum के साथ articulation उसकी. Same thing reflects in the inferior articular facet, that it becomes flat and it faces anteriorly and slightly laterally to accommodate with the articular processes of the sacrum, superior part of sacrum. Spinous process is stout and rectangular, जो मैंने आपको बताया था बहुत thick होते जाते हैं spinous processes lumbar vertebrae की level पे आके, and vertebral canal is triangular and it's a little wider in comparison to the rest of the lumbar vertebrae because it is going to accommodate the cauda equina. Transverse processes are again massive. अब अगर आप L4 और L5 को कंपेयर करें तो इसकी वर्टिब्रल कैनाल भी लार्ज हो गई, बॉडी भी थिक हो गई, बॉडी के एंगल चेंज हो जाएगा, एंड ये आर्टिकुलर फैसेट्स की डायरेक्शन चेंज हो जाएगी, और स्पाइन विल बिकम मोर थिक, लेमिने विल बी more thick, और ये position of the articular facets is changes. L5 के articular facets थोड़े से laterally placed होंगे क्योंकि उन्होंने sacrum के साथ articulate कर. Now the sacrum, this is the ventral aspect of sacrum, as it is the fused masses of the bodies of S1 to S5 vertebrae. So they are representing the parts of the vertebrae, but they are all fused to form one structure. You can see the parts of the body in the midline, that there are 5 segments, but the S1 is the most prominent one, and the angle shows you that it is articulating with the L5. Superior articular facet will be here, and it will accommodate the inferior articular facet of L5. There is the inferior articular facets, they form an intermediate articular crest. So here there will be an articular crest present over here, representing the inferior articular facets. This spinous process, they are stout and they get fused and they are interrupted. और इनसे क्या बनेगा spinous process से? Median sacral crest. तो ये एक median sacral crest है, एक lateral sacral crest है, और sometimes there is an intermediate sacral crest as well on the dorsal aspect of the sacrum. मैं बाकी बहुत डिटेल्स में नहीं जा रही, आपको सबको याद होगा कि दिस इज द बॉडी ऑफ द सेक्रम और ये एला ऑफ द सेक्रम कहलाते हैं. एला के ऊपर उसके लैटरल एस्पेक्ट पे एक ऑरिकुलर सरफेस है फॉर आर्टिकुलेशन विद द हिप बोन, और ये सैक्रोआइलियक जॉइंट जो है आइलियम के साथ जो आर्टिकुलेट करेगा, इट इज अगेन एन इम्पॉर्टेंट जॉइंट, और इससे वेट ट्रांसमिशन की लाइन की वजह से इसकी इंपॉर्टेंस और बढ़ जाती है. कॉस्टल एलिमेंट्स आर ऑल फ्यूज्ड, और ये लैटरल पार्ट ऑफ द या ये ऑरिकुलर सरफेस या लैटरल सरफेस ऑफ द सेक्रम बनाएंगे. और वर्टिब्रल आर्च इज शॉर्ट एंड these pedicles are very small, और ये सिर्फ लेमिनी जो हैं ये फ्यूज करके वर्टिब्रल आर्च को जो है वो prominent बना देते हैं, और they make the inlet over here triangular in shape, जिसके अंदर कॉडा इक्विना लाई करेगी. और ये एग्जिट के ऊपर जो है सेक्रम के साथ आर्टिकुलेट करेगी. सेक्रम इंफीरियर कॉर्नुआ बना देती है एट द एग्जिट, और सॉरी कॉक्सिक्स इंफीरियर कॉर्नुआ बना देते हैं, और सेक्रम जो है वो उसका इंफीरियर कॉर्नुआ जो है, दिस विल फॉर्म द बाउंड्री ऑफ द एग्जिट ऑफ द फाइलम टर्मिनल. ये coccyx, they are the fused bodies of 4 coccygeal vertebrae, और इसमें एक इसकी बेस है कि एपेक्स है. बेस के ऊपर there is body is transversely directed, और ये coccygeal cornua बनाएंगे जो कि hiatus, coccygeal hiatus यहाँ से बनेगा, जिसमें से जो है वर्टिब्रल कॉलम की जो लोएस्ट पार्ट है वो अटैच्ड होगा, सॉरी वर्टिब्रल नहीं, स्पाइनल कॉर्ड का. Now this is the blue colored are the transverse processes, and they are present just on the first coccygeal segment. उससे नीचे आपको transverse segments बिल्कुल नहीं नजर आएंगे. Now this is an important diagram. मैंने ये इसलिए रखी है कि आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए, चाहे आपको क्वेश्चन आए या ना आए, लेकिन ये आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इफ यू in this the sacrum has been cut to reveal what is lying inside. So the cauda equina is this bunch of nerves which are the sacral and coccygeal segments of the spinal cord. और जैसे ही segment nerve का बाहर आता है तो it is covered with the dura mater, but it gets imperceptibly merged with the rootlet of the root of the spinal nerve. लेकिन जो बाकी cauda equina है, that is enclosed in the arachnoid matter. तो और pia matter इससे बिल्कुल जो है fused है इसके साथ. तो this part becomes the terminal part of the CSF filled ventricle. और इसमें से आप जो है इस एरिया में when it is a little wide you can take the sample of the CSF. तो lumbar puncture में आप इस स्पेस में से जो ले रहे हैं सैंपल, इसमें आमतौर पे बच्चों को ये कंफ्यूजन होती है कि शायद ये जो हम सेक्रम के लेवल पे शायद ये एग्जिस्ट ही नहीं करती, इसलिए हम लंबर लेवल से लेते हैं सैंपल ऑफ CSF. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. सेक्रम को अप्रोच करना मुश्किल है और सेक्रम को अप्रोच हम करते हैं फॉर कॉर्डल एनेस्थीसिया. तो इस जगह पे इन स्पाइनल रूट्स को अगर हमने एनेस्थेटाइज करना हो तो वी गिव एपिड्यूरल एनेस्थीसिया, यानी ड्यूरामेटर से बाहर. लेकिन CSF जो है वो यहाँ से आना है, सब एरेक्नॉइड स्पेस से. So the sacrum is utilized for epidural anesthesia, whether it is caudal, यहाँ बिल्कुल lower portion में देंगे अगर sacral hiatus की तरफ से, तो it will be caudal anesthesia. If you want to anesthetize slightly up at an upper level, so you can introduce the needle at an appropriate place. लेकिन CSF लेना है तो वो lumbar region से, क्योंकि cauda equina damage ना हो. So this is telling you about the extension of the subarachnoid space. और ये middle में जो yellow color है का thread है, this is the phylum terminal. It is just the extension of the pia mater and a little bit of fibrous tissue which attaches the spinal cord to the tip of the fifth sacral segment or to the first coccygeal segment. Fifth sacral तक ही extend करेगा fibrous cord, और जो S2 के level तक जो subarachnoid space है वो extend करेगी. इससे related questions काफी आ जाते हैं आपको, इसलिए these things should be clear in your mind that what is subarachnoid space, up till where it extends, what is epidural space, where it extends, और यहाँ phylum terminal के around सबसे easy जगह है to reach the epidural space, क्योंकि यहाँ arachnoid और pia खत्म हो गए. Now the joints between the vertebrae, उसमें से एक important joint जो है intervertebral disc की वजह से बन रहा है. An intervertebral disc, you know, it is composed of annulus fibrosus and nucleus pulposus. जो हम कहते हैं कि disc की herniation हो गई, इसमें mainly the nucleus pulposus, there is rupture of this or loosening of the annulus fibrosus, जो ये कार्टिलेजनस सर्कुलरली अरेंज्ड फाइबर्स हैं, और इसमें से थोड़ी सी न्यूक्लियस पल्पोसस विच इज अ जेली लाइक मटेरियल, इट गेट्स हर्निएटेड और उसको कहते हैं स्लिप डिस्क, और उसकी वजह से फिर उससे बिल्कुल पोस्टीरियरली रन कर रही हैं स्पाइनल गैंग्लिया एंड द स्पाइनल रूटलेट्स। तो इसलिए पूरी स्पाइनल नर्व की डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में पेन, बहुत सीवियर पेन हो जाती है। दिस इज व्हाट हैपेंस कि यहाँ से न्यूक्लियस पल्पोसस थोड़ी सी हर्निएट की है पोस्टीरियरली, फिर ये आमतौर पे ये रेस्ट के साथ और विद टाइम इट goes backwards, और यहाँ फाइबर्स रिपेयर हो जाते हैं, और
Excuse me, please. Sorry to interrupt, Dr. Afia. Dr. Tazeen is the next lecture at 11:30. She's waiting. So I think we should.
हो गया 11:30?
More than 11:30. आप माशाल्लाह इतनी इन्वॉल्व हो गई कि भूल
जी जी, मुझे और इस कमरे में फिर वही मैं कहूंगी कि इतना वो घड़ी भी नहीं है,
इन्वॉल्व में आप एब्जॉर्ब कर ले अपने आप को, इतने इन्वॉल्व कर लिया कि पता ही नहीं चलना। चलो कोई बात नहीं।
जी, चले ठीक है। अब
ये
लिगामेंट्स और
ओनली 2 to 3
2 minutes लिगामेंट्स जो हैं, इसमें से जो इम्पोर्टेंट पूछे जाते हैं, जिनमें से क्वेश्चन आते हैं, जो लिगामेंट्स थ्रू आउट रन करते हैं C2 से S1 तक, दैट इज एंटीरियर स्पाइनल लिगामेंट, पोस्टीरियर स्पाइनल लिगामेंट एंड लिगामेंटम फ्लेवम। लिगामेंटम फ्लेवम इज बिटवीन द लेमिनी ऑफ द एडजेसेंट वर्टिब्री, एंड दिस इज द लिगामेंट जो अगर थिकन हो जाए और इसकी इलास्टिसिटी खत्म हो जाए, इसमें इलास्टिक फाइबर्स आर मोस्ट abundant, and with age elastic fibers decrease, and if the fibrous tissue increases, so it leads to spinal stenosis. तो इसलिए ये क्वेश्चन कि स्पाइनल स्टीनोसिस में कौन सा लिगामेंट की वजह से हो रहा है, तो दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ लिगामेंटम फ्लेवम. This is the ligamentum flavum shown in yellow. मसल्स ऑफ वर्टिब्रल कॉलम 3 ग्रुप्स में है, सुपरफिशियल, इंटरमीडिएट एंड डीप मसल्स, और इन पे ज्यादा क्वेश्चन नहीं आते, इनको मैं छोड़ देती हूँ. मूवमेंट्स ऑफ वर्टिब्रल कॉलम में फ्लेक्शन, एक्सटेंशन, लैटरल फ्लेक्शन एंड रोटेशन. रोटेशन इज मेनली पॉसिबल इन द थोरेसिक रीजन या उसके अलावा टांटो एक्सियल जॉइंट पे, तो लेकिन रोटेशन थोरेसिक रीजन में फिर लिमिट हो जाती है बिकॉज ऑफ द अटैचमेंट ऑफ द रिड. सो मेन मूवमेंट्स आर फ्लेक्शन, एक्सटेंशन, लैटरल फ्लेक्शन एंड रोटेशन. अब मैं आपको जल्दी से 3-4 ये MCQs करा देती हूँ. फर्स्ट, सर्वाइकल वर्टिब्रा डज नॉट हैव अ स्पाइनस प्रोसेस. The thoracic part of vertebral column forms primary curvature and convex posteriorly. ये different combinations हैं, आप उसको appreciate कर सकते हैं. Concerning the vertebral column and vertebrae, cervical lumbar lordosis are primary curve. ये फिर वही primary और secondary curves से related है. तो और ये इसको आंसर आप देख सकते हैं. पोस्टीरियर कॉलम, मुझे भी पढ़ना पड़ेगा ये क्या था. पोस्टीरियर कॉलम इज फॉर्म्ड बाय लिगामेंटम फ्लेवम एंड वर्टिब्रल आर्च. दिस इज द करेक्ट आंसर. बी करेक्ट आंसर है. पेडिकल फ्यूज लैटरली टू फॉर्म स्पाइनल प्रोसेस, ये भी गलत हो गया. ट्रांसवर्स प्रोसेसेस अराइज फ्रॉम वर्टिब्रल बॉडीज, ये भी गलत हो गया. सो बी इज द राइट आंसर. Concerning the cervical vertebra, all of the following are correct except all the spines are small and bifid and cannot be palpated. तो ये इसलिए wrong हो गया because 7th cervical spine is not bifid and it is the vertebra prominence, so can be palpated easily. Coccyx, ये कई दफा confusion होती है कि 5 हैं या 4 हैं, तो it's 4 vertebral bodies combined की होती है. Which of the following are involved in making the vertebral arch that forms the boundary of vertebral foramen? तो आपने डायग्राम में भी देखा था, पेडिकल एंड लेमिनी will form the vertebral arch. Interlocking of the vertebrae in vertebral column is called spondylosis. अब अगर दो vertebrae fuse हो जाए, उनकी bodies fuse हो जाए, तो that condition is called spondylosis, और ये old age में common happening है. Which of the following is the vestigial bony part of the human? ये तो बहुत आसान सवाल है. A lateral view of the vertebral column shows 4 curved regions in the adult. Again वही anteriorly concave curves कौन से हैं? 2 हैं, 2 primary curves and 2 secondary curves हैं. What is the normal range of motion of cervical spine? Flexion 45 degrees की होती है. ये जो है cervical spine में flexion की range काफी ज्यादा है. अब ये individual regions पे हम जाएं तो वो मुश्किल हो जाएगा आपके लिए इस वक्त. Main बात ये है कि thoracic region में rotation possible है या atlantoaxial joint पे, और flexion की range ज्यादा है in comparison to extension. Thank you very much. Okay, ji.
Thank you, Dr. Afia. Thank you for your
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
extra effort, time.
All the best for your exam. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So much.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Afia. Thank you.
Okay, ji. Khuda
Very
Hafiz.
kind of you. Very nice of you. Thank you so
Assalamualaikum
much.
everybody. मुझे ये बताएं, do you want to have a break or because एकदम से you guys were studying the ortho and then I would like you to jump into the biostats. Do you want to have a stretch break or something?
No, ma'am. Continue.
Ma'am, 5-minute break.
5 minutes.
हाँ ना, थोड़ा सा खड़े हो जाएं, stretch break ले ले, क्योंकि मैं
नहीं
biostats
मैम, आज
पढ़ाने वाली
जुम्मा
हूँ.
है वैसे
biostats के
भी.
लिए fresh
आज
होना बहुत
जुम्मा
जरूरी है.
है तो बस मुश्किल हो जाएगी. जुम्मा है, आप स्टार्ट कर दें.
Okay, चले
Ma'am,
2
start
minutes का
कर दें.
water break ले लें. 2 minutes. 43 हो रहे हैं, मैं 45 पे start करती हूँ. जब तक just stand wherever you are at moment.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.